my chapter 1 of this video, I actually drew a diagram on the board and I worked on the male part. So today I am going to continue with that same diagram, and this time around I'm going to work on the female part. So this was the diagram that I drew on the board. It was like this, right? And then I had this here. And I told you this was the male part, and this is the female part. Okay. So in my last video, I explained the male part. Today, I'm going to work on the female part and then bring them together to actually give you their combination and to explain to you this powerful model. Okay, so let's look at the female part today. All right, so I have this as the female part. Same thing. This is you. This is the mind. And this is the body in reverse. The same explanation that I gave in the male part applies to this female part. But why do we need this female part? That is what I want to talk about. In the Christian religion's text, it talks about the concept of Adam and Eve. And it talks about Eve being taken out from Adam. And you probably read all the stories. I did a video sometime too on this. So probably you can look down and see the video I have done on the image of a man. But what I didn't tell you in that video is what I want to explain to you here. Why it is so important, this female part. Now, in the Christian religious text, we were told that the female is what? The helper. The helper. And still in that religious text, we are also told about the Holy Spirit as the helper too. Helper. Now, why is the female part referred to as the helper and the Holy Spirit also referred to as the helper? In the male part, I spoke about functions and procedures, right? I mentioned functions and procedures in the male part, which I said that is what you need to pull the data from the database and then convert them into information, which will now be presented by your body. It is the work of the functions and procedures. So, because you have so many intelligence, and then you have the administrator that manages this intelligence, there are so many functions and procedures in this intelligence that even the administrator himself might not be able to know. That is where the female part comes in. This female part is the search engine. So, if there is any problem on the outside and the female part goes into your database, which is the mind, finds out the data, now comes into you, which is the male part, and cannot find the functions that you will use to convert the data from this database into the body, that female part will help to network you. It will network you. That is one role. The other role is that it will cause things to happen on the outside that can bring about a reaction in you, and that reaction is actually coming from the functions and procedures. So if you never knew that you had certain characters, which is what we refer to as characters in you, the female part can help you bring out those characters by projecting events on the outside, which you will respond to, and then make you realize that you have this function and procedure in you. And these functions and procedures are not okay for your upliftment. We have to destroy it. That is what the female part helps to do. So the female part searches for external functions and procedures that can help you convert data in your database to an expected output in the body. One. The female part also helps you to discover functions and procedures that are existing inside of you that are not required, that need to be destroyed. Those are the two major roles of the female part. But the fact remains that this human body has both. The physical manifestation of the male part and the female part are just for you to understand yourself. And that is why the physical manifestations is called view. View. Now, this was actually a debate by two powerful scientists, Albert Einstein and Bohr. This is where some school of thought argues that what we see in the physical world are not real. They are not real. And that is why you can build something here today. Tomorrow you can demolish it and bring out another structure because it is just a view. They are not real. The human pattern of the male and the female is just an illusion. It is not real. In the biblical text, when they were going to replace Judas, they said, let us choose from among us someone who has been going in and coming out with us to replace Judas, who left us to go to where he belongs. In my first video, I spoke to you about your real location. That real location could be from anywhere. Just like when you do Zoom. We can have so many people communicating in Zoom from different locations. That is actually the concept of the metaverse. The metaverse will help you to work in a central location using your avatars without us knowing your physical location. And we don't care. In as much as you can come into the company in the metaverse using your avatar to work, I don't care to know where your physical location is. So I can have somebody in Nigeria, somebody in Ghana, somebody in South Africa, another person in America. But when they come into the metaverse, we are all assembled in one location. But our physical locations are in different places. That is exactly how it is here. You might be interacting with somebody physically on this earth, but where the true nature of that person is located, you don't know. It could be from air, it could be from water, it could be from fire, it could be from earth. Yes. It could be from any of these. And what joins them together is what you call the ether, which is what you refer to as space-time. So, this is the function of the female part in that drawing. I'm not saying that is all, but for the purpose of this video, this is what I'm trying to show you. So AI, AGI. If you watch Transcendence, you will actually, I don't know whether you watch it. I advise you to go and watch it in my previous video. If you have watched Transcendence, you will realize that at the end of the day, the AI created its physical self, which you could interact with. So that is where we are going, where you will not be able to differentiate who the AI is and who a human being is, because both of them will be interacting physically, and that is what you are calling AGI, artificial general intelligence. But what Neuralink will not do is accessing the mind. Neuralink is going to access the brain. There is a space between the mind and the brain. It is only when the mind sends signal into the brain that Neuralink chips will pick up. If they will be able to get to the mind, that I don't know for now. But nothing is impossible, because the whole aim of all this design is for humanity, man, to be able to locate his true self, which in religion is actually happening, but science is trying to explain it. That is what you are seeing happening in this age. We've gone past the age of information. We've gone past that. So this is not new. If you want to see all these things that I'm saying, they are all there on the internet. All I'm just doing is putting them together so that you have clarity to what is happening presently. So if I have been of any help to you and you like this video, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Let me just say something about this view. I'm still going to get to view in the study of SQL using Oracle database. I'm still going to get to that. Now, I told you about two scientists, which is Albert Einstein and Bohr, who debated on this concept of the view. But today, we are actually seeing it work. You know, one was saying that if I am not looking at my back, whatever is behind is not there. When I turn, I bring the measurement. I am the one that assembled it, which is actually, in a way, has been proven right. I could be looking at a particular view based on the functions and procedures that I have access to. Somebody else could also look at that same place and see something completely different based on the functions and procedures that are there. So you are creating your view based on the amount of information or data that you have available to you, combined with the functions and procedures that you have available to you. You create your view. And the views are not real. They are not real. You can always create them in different ways. So I'm going to illustrate this when I get to that part of creating other objects in a database. I will talk about the view. But I'm just giving you a head start into that using this illustration. So that, I think, is what I want to show you in this concept. So when you hear of the Metaverse, you hear of Neuralink, you hear of AI, AGI, this is basically what they are talking about and what they are trying to achieve. But don't be scared. Don't be scared. The AI can never and will never surmount humanity. We are the ones creating the heaven in which they are using. We can turn it off anytime we want. But the advantage of the AI, or this age that we are entering into, just like when the computer came and made life very easy for us, the AI will lessen our stress. And what will humanity be doing? That will now enable humanity to focus on himself, go inward, and try to find out how to access more percentages of his brain. And then through that, we will be able to actually become conscious and go beyond these petty things that is making us fight ourselves.